Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is the 1970 CFL season. What I did is I took AFL 06, created 17 fake teams, and then replaced the real team. So we have the Boise Shreveport Hogs, owned by Skill. They replaced the LA Avengers. The Wyoming Granite, also owned by Skill. They replaced the Utah Blaze. The prickly cactus giants replace I forgot how the Colorado Crush. They're owned by Jayhawk. Kentucky Chickens, I believe they are owned also. They replace the New York Dragons. I believe they're also owned by. Wait, no, they owned by Jayhawk. No, they're owned by Quad City. Ohio Explosion, also owned by Jayhawk. They replaced the Georgia Force. The Buffalo Biffalo, owned by me. They replaced the Columbus Destroyers. Actually, no, the Philadelphia Soul. Yeah. Yeah, they replaced the Soul. Right, because they're in Ohio. I just made them Soul because they're the only other team in the East. Jackson Jackrabbits, also owned by me. They replaced the Force. This was the Soul. That was this. No? That was the Destroyers, right. UNLV Rebels, yes, the college team added in, coached by Ron. Holy cow, Ron James, coached by Ron James. Also owned by Skill. Memphis Vikings, owned by me. They replaced the Nashville Cats. Football de Mexicanos. It was a Football de Americanos de Mexicanos, but I couldn't fit them in because of the character limit. They replaced the. Oh, what did I have them replace? Oh yeah, the Kansas City KC, which were Kansas City Brigade, but because of time constraints, they weren't able to put the KC in the game. How much I got? I got time. Orlando Orbits, owned by Jayhawk. That's Coach Jay Gruden. Used to be coach of the Redskins. They replaced the Predators, by the way. Ann Arbor Legends. They replaced the Grand Rapids Rampage. They're owned by Vibrator. Phoenix, also owned by me. They replaced the Rattlers. The Duluth / Lake Superior FC. I couldn't fit FC because of character limits, but there you go. They replaced the Chicago Rush. I just made them the generic logo because I couldn't think of one. One of the fake logos that fit the team name. Vancouver Ravens, owned by me. They replaced the San Jose SaberCats. Hartford Yale. There we go. The Harvard Yale, owned by Skill. They replaced the Soul. Wait, yeah, they replaced the Soul. Right. Kentucky placed the Desperados. That's what it was. And then the Houston Hollerers, owned by Ben the QB. They replaced the Austin Wranglers, and of course the Tampa Bay Storm suspend operations effective immediately. I just made them the regular Tampa Bay Storm so I can create one less team. They are owned by Skill. Let's begin the season. This is going to be a single video, just the whole season. It won't matter, by the way. That's why I'm posting it now instead of, later. Just go, play week. I should turn injuries out here. Actually, yeah, we'll do two. We'll do stuff. I forgot, there are no buys, so we'll just stop off at week 8, see what the halfway standings are, and then see what the final standings are. Yes. Okay, here we go. So let's see what's been. Okay, we are. Oh, let me just. There. I'm not gonna do any trading anyways. Just one single season. You can if you feel like slowing the video down to 0.25, you can see the scores. So week 9 we got standings. Hopefully I did the divisions correctly. I did. Okay, cool. So we'll start with the National East. You have the Buffalo at 7-1, the Explosion at 6-2, the Chickens and Yale bringing up the rear in that division. The Jackson Jackrabbits are 5-3. Mexicanos 4-4 with Tampa Bay, Orlando, and Houston all on the bottom of the National Conference. By the way, there are only 4 playoff teams per conference. So at the current point, it'd be the Buffalo hosting Mexicanos and Explosion going to the Jackrabbits. That's the national. And the American Conference, we have the Central, which was Cactus Giants 6-2, Legends at 4-4, Vikings at 3-5, and Duluth / Superior at a lowly 1-7. And finally, we got the Pork Hogs and the Granite and the Rebels all tied at 5-3 atop the West, with the Phoenix not far behind at 4-4 and Vancouver trailing at 3-5. With the playoffs currently being at wet in the American, you have the Cactus Giants hosting the Rebels right now, and then Wyoming going to play Boise Shreveport in the other divisional game. Let's simulate the rest of the regular season. Well, that's not what I wanted. 1 second. There we go. No. Alright, so no trades. Injuries, I believe, were turned off. Sorry for the shakiness. I'm focusing on the screen less than my actual coding. Yeah, good luck seeing all the scores. I'm not posting all the scores gets legit to the whole season, so yeah. Like a 1970 Continental League football season. The eight teams from 1968, the top 8 teams in the '69 tournament, and then Phoenix, and the Buffalo, not the Buffalo. So the Explosion dominated the league at 13-3. Let me go check the final standings here, which I will be posting, of course. Starting out in the wow, here we go. Perfect. All right, cool. Starting out, we'll start with the American this time. The Cactus Giants were the best team in the American Conference at 11-5. The Legends not far behind with the Vikings at 7-9, and Superior probably being the worst team in the league at 3-13. In the West, you had the Poor Cogs winning that division. They're going to be the number 2 seed in the American, as they overcame the Rebels. Who are going to be 9-7 in the wild card. Phoenix fell, Granite completely collapsed, and Vancouver did the exact same performance they had in the second half they had in the first. Now moving over to the National East, you had the best team in the league, the Ohio Explosion, dominating at 13-3. The Buffalo Biffalo sliding at 10-6. Yale going 9-7 to see if they can crack that wild card spot. And Kentucky last place in the league's toughest division, and they weren't too far behind. And finally, you had Jackson at 11-5, dominating. The Orbits went 5 Orbits and Mexicanos went 8-8, good decent records. The Tampa Bay Storm went 5-11. With the Houston Hollowers going 4-12, so Ben will not be able to take his team the title. So, as of course, to go over to the playoff field. So now let's go back to the weekly schedule. All right, so we have, of course, in the playoffs. Let's do the first game right here. The 1-4. We'll do the 1-4 game right now. Kentucky, Ann Arbor, and the Prickly Cactus Giants. I'm not gonna play it because that would take too long. Select and submit the game. 30-42, the Cactus Giants beat the Legends in the Central Divisional clash. Time for another Eastern Divisional clash. Time between the Harvard Yale, and the Ohio Explosion. Explosion with 57-34 over the Yale. Finally, here we go on the other game, and another game this time in the Western Division between the Shreveport Port Hogs and the UNLV Rebels. The Rebels lose again, so the only chance for an upset would be Buffalo upsetting Jackson in a game between my two teams. Jackson won the South, Buffalo came second in the East. And as we can tell from the final score of 84-49, we had no upsets in the first round. All the division champions won their home game, won their first playoff game. This is the American Conference final game. The Poor Cogs are heading to the Prickly Cactus. The Prickly Cactus Giants take them on, as the Cactus Giants hold on to give Jayhawk one team in the final game for the Continental League. And finally, the Jackson Jackrabbits and the Ohio Explosion battling it out in the American. No, we had Ohio barely held off against Jacksonville, so we've had Jackson, Mississippi. So we have a final game: the Prickly Cactus Giants duking it out with the Ohio Explosion. So we will simulate the bowl. Not yet. Let me see if I can box score. Here we go. That is the final box score. So both teams played pretty solid throughout the game. However, Ohio dominated in the third, and Prickly wasn't able to recover in the fourth after a tie halftime score, as the Ohio Explosion at 16-3 are the league champions in Vegas. I forgot the Arena Bowl's in Vegas, yeah. So there you go. Thank you for watching. And why the heck not? We'll go to the off-season menu to show what this looks like as soon as things advances. Alright, so it's like a schedule for the offseason, players, re-signing, free agents, depth chart, new season. We're not doing that. Thank you for watching. So, yeah, the final mark, the Ohio Explosion won the 1970 season. Yeah.